There's not one guy, one person in the history of this program that's bigger than the program.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
Ooh, what's up and welcome into episode number 86 of the Program Guys podcast. My name is Mason Prince, joined with you as always by Ryan Tyson, Mark Hall, Matt Gann, Patrick Kurtzberger. Today is Thursday, August 31st. Be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, trying to hit 1,700 subscribers by the start of the new season, and it's on Saturday, folks. And you can follow us on Twitter at Program Guys with a Z, our Instagram, Program Guys with a Z, our Facebook page, Program Guys Podcast. On TikTok, 1,100 followers on TikTok for Patrick Kurtzberger's TikTok. You can follow us there, Program Guys with a Z. You can follow us at programguys.com. Those positional previews are dropping like hotcakes. We got quarterback we're recording right after this episode. We're going to drop it before the game on Saturday. And boys, let me tell you, I'm fired up because you know why? The last time that we saw the Oklahoma Sooners on a football field in a competitive football game was 247 days ago when we get to Saturday. 247 days of angst, 247 days of hurt, 247 days of anger, ready to be back on the field to know that this team is the real deal, and we're going to see it start on Saturday. And let me tell you, I'm fired the hell up because the boys are in town. Me, Mark, and Ryan are going to be in Norman. We're going to Logies. We're going to go to the game. We're going to sweat our balls off. I'm going to say it. We're going to sweat our balls off, and it's going to be sick. Somebody else talk because I'm done now.
I am ready to run through a brick wall for you, Mason.
I love it.
Would like you to know that.
I love it, baby.
It was beautiful. And I can't wait to be at Logies with you at 8 a.m.
Oh, it's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best. That leader is gonna.
Mark is like, absolutely not.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, okay, are we doing that? Is it happening? Because if it's really okay, great. But like, I don't want to show up and then be alone at Logies. Trying to hold down a table for three.
I'll talk to you about our plans after this, Mark. We don't want to let the whole world know, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
but if you want to see us, come to Logies at in the morning. We'll probably be there.
Yeah, Matt Gann, how we doing?
The dog days of summer are over. Football season has arrived. We got a little bit of teaser last week with some week 0 games, but nothing beats better than week 1 college football. Let's get it started. I can't wait. Starts Thursday, and then ends Saturday and the weekend.
That's right. Matt,
cannot wait. Best time of the year.
Matt, Florence and the Machine Gann. Dog days are over, baby. Patrick, how we doing, man?
Dude, I'm more excited for this than Christmas morning. This is just so
easily.
Great. I cannot wait.
Easily.
Yeah.
100%. Mark.
This is the season of life, man. We've talked about it before.
It is.
Once you hit this level of adulthood, you don't have kids yet, so you don't have their schedules to worry about. Every part of your year is just geared around getting yourself to September and getting 100%. Yourself to kick off. I cannot wait.
100%. Check out all the work that we're doing on programguys.com. You can find all the positional preview pods there and the positional preview write-ups that Mark's been doing. They've been fantastic. Can't give Mark enough credit, and the guys enough credit for hopping on. Also, shout out Scuba Doo Bahile. He was on the positional preview defensive backs that just dropped the other day. Check that out on our YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts as well. Guys, we got a game this week to talk about. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Tons to get to. This is going to be a jam-packed show. So I want to go ahead for the listeners. If you're new to the program, here's our weekly schedule. Here's what you're going to get from the guys on a week in and week out basis. We're dropping for you on Thursday a game pod, a preview pod of the OU game coming up on Saturday. OU plays on Saturday. After the OU game, whether it be on Saturday night or Sunday, you're going to get a post-game pod. Post-game pod from the boys. May not be all of us, maybe all of us, who knows. Then on Monday, we're dropping we're calling it Program Roundup, Program Guys Roundup.
Program
Roundup. That's a nationwide look at college football as a whole, sponsored by our good friends at the Fan Stop. So you can check them out there. And also, don't forget, all season long, Patrick, we're playing the pick'em. Tell the people.
We are playing the Pick'em, and it's sponsored by Hype Shoes. You only have a few more days to sign up, and the top 3 winners get a free pair of Hype Shoes. Go sign up right now. We've got 55 people signed up. I don't know why you're not if you're not.
Guys, and we've all talked about it before, but this is not just a Program Guys sponsor. Like, we live the Hype Shoe game. Okay, these are fantastic shoes.
Did you just have that ready to go?
Dude, I wear them. I wear them all the time. I wear them all the time.
And no, mine are in the closet.
There's Matt.
See, they're great quality.
There's Mark's. Wow.
We've had these for over a year.
Stay strapped.
Over a year. I wear them every day. They're super great quality.
They're
great
super comfortable.
Great shoes. So that's the schedule for the season. Okay. So today, if you're wondering, we're previewing the Arkansas State game. And I could not be more fired up. If you're a fan of the show, you're probably like, Mason needs to calm down. Maybe not freak out so much.
No,
but guys,
please
bring it up.
I'm caffeinated up. I'm ready to go. Some news to get to. We had David Stone commit to Oklahoma on Saturday. Mark and Pat dropped the EPC for the people.
Great EPC.
Yeah, knocked that out for the people. Love that. 5-star David Stone. Get some reaction real quick, Matt. What do you got, brother?
I'm glad it's finally over. We've been talking about this man.
That was literally my reaction too.
More than like 6+ months. He's been absolutely trolling everyone on Twitter. And I'm so glad when Mark dropped his balls, because I just knew
100%.
The confidence was there. Glad he committed. I think there's a few more guys coming up that when they saw this commitment could also be leaning our way. So great commitment. Good guy to have going into the SEC. We love to have a guy staying home, or I guess coming back home to Sooner football.
What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, like, we talked a lot about how kind of this whole recruitment has been annoying from a social media perspective, but I don't think we can like argue the fact that this is one of the biggest recruits that we have gotten in a very long time, just from like a timing perspective and how important this is for the program to be able to develop and get talent like this. These are the people we need for the SEC. And I think there was a lot of thought that when we missed on Winery, to be determined, but when we missed on Winery, I think a lot of people thought, like, you know, if we don't get Stone, what happens at this point? Like, we're going into the SEC next year. We have to have something. We have to start building for this. And I think this is huge. I think it opens up just a ton of doors and for other people to come in. And you know what? Like, I'm just thoroughly impressed, because when we had Lincoln Riley, we were recruiting 5-star quarterbacks, but with Brett Venables, we're recruiting 5-star quarterbacks and 5-star defensive athletes.
I saw that tweet. Who said that?
I don't know.
Oh, was that original thought?
No,
someone tweeted that too.
Yeah, someone tweeted that.
Well, someone tweets everything.
It was Dry Fit Venables, I believe.
Maybe I picked it up like scrolling Twitter, but I was just thinking about, you know, like we had Jackson Arnold last year, and I think a lot of us forget about that.
Yeah.
So like,
I think about it every day.
Like, this is massive. This is huge. And I'm extremely excited.
Matt and Pat made the point in the EPC about this really being the biggest defensive commit OU's had since Jared McCoy, and I don't really think it's arguable. I think that's definitely the case. He's that important. He's an in-state guy. Even though he goes to IMG, he's an in-state guy. Count him as an in-state guy. I couldn't be more excited, and I'm with you 100%. I'm glad it's over. Let's just move on. Let's play some football. And look, I love talking recruiting on this show more than the next guy. But look, my bread and butter is the stuff that goes on the field, man. That's where I feel most at home, dropping these hot takes. I don't got a lot of hot takes for you on the recruiting trail. I leave that to Mark, but I feel good now. I'm okay now. Mark, Pat, do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
Pat, go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Let's just wrap up these last pieces then, so that we don't blue ball Mason on the football piece of it.
Yeah.
So something interesting that might be happening, might not be happening. The Twitter rumblings are aflutter with the idea that Dominic McKinley, who is committing on Friday, that's September 1st, might pick Oklahoma. It feels like it's come down to Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas A&M. And really, if you look at those three schools, Oklahoma wins in every single measure except for how many dollars spent per win. And they're way in third for that, which I think is a pretty good one to be in. You know, it's a good statistic on your side. I think that, you know, Todd Bates is as good as it gets when it comes to recruiting. And we just saw one of those materialize. And now David Stone has maybe not been in touch with Dominic McKinley about his own decision and why he thinks McKinley should choose Oklahoma as well. So a lot of moving pieces there, but after that, a week after that, next Friday, September 8th, Nigel Smith will be committing as well. And hopefully he picks Oklahoma. I don't know all the teams that he's between, but Oklahoma sees him as someone that they've been recruiting for years. They've been in his corner forever. So hopefully we can pull them all out. That'd be really sick. Danny Okoye, I don't remember when he commits, but he's coming up as well. This defensive line class could really be bolstering soon.
No free ads, but my uncle works for the Tulsa World, so I want to plug it. Danny Okoye actually doing like a blog type thing with the Tulsa World all season long for his senior year. You can check that out, tulsaworld.com. It's gonna be pretty cool. They're letting him write a blog every week. They did it for a highly touted Oklahoma recruit last year. I can't remember which one it was. But Oklahoma, like the state of Oklahoma recruit, not a kid who went to OU. But check that out if you get the chance. Okay, boys, let's talk some football. I'm ready. Everybody ready?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, Arkansas State preview. We start with the captains, okay? Captains, Billy Bowman, Justin Harrington, McCade Metower, Drake Stoops, and Danny Stutzman, red-haired Danny Stutzman at that. So those are our captains. How's everybody feel about that? Justin Harrington is the only one that kind of stuck out to me, not for any other reason than he just doesn't grab me, you know, but I'm not there during off-season workouts. I don't know. In fall camp, I don't know what his role's like.
Are we still doing this whole like every game
100% they're going to
seems like it. Seems like we're rotating captains.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Until November, didn't they say that?
I still don't love it. Last year I didn't love it. I don't love it this year. I mean, the biggest thing for me is there's no DG here, which I think is strange considering he's the quarterback and this is the season opener. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to read into much of it, but like, I think that's weird.
I read into it less because of the thing you mentioned, and it's the rotations. Like, I respect that captains mean a lot, and these coaches can say they mean a lot, but when you got 20, do you really have captains? Right?
No, like it dilutes it completely, dilutes the responsibility across 20 people and not 5 or 4. And that's an issue for me. And Dylan Gabriel, great point, Ryan. It's ridiculous he's not on here. That's not a good sign, in my opinion.
Maybe they're like saving him for the Texas game because he didn't get to play Texas last year or something.
God, but if you're thinking about it like that, I hate thinking about it like that.
It just seems odd to not have QB1 there. So it's weird.
Matt?
I just don't look into it that much with, again, the rotations of what we saw last year. So I don't think it matters too much. I think in the locker room, people know who the leaders are, especially in each position group. I think the biggest one just for week 1, I think you pointed out Mason Justin Harrington, who's going to be starting the cheetah position. I think that's huge. We all thought transferred to Sean McCullough, who is the considered backup on the depth chart, which we're about to get to. Justin Harrington's had a really good camp so far, and I guess he's earned that spot. It'll be really interesting, but I'm not going to look into too much the captains week in and week out. I don't think it really matters, to be honest.
The Sean McCullough's biggest fan, Mark Hall.
So the Justin Harrington thing, I actually think it makes a lot of sense to make him a week 1 captain. If you believe that Deshaun McCullough will take that job, then it's kind of hard to make Justin Harrington a captain later in the season. That's just sort of the logic that makes sense to me. He's a redshirt senior who worked his ass off to come back and prove himself, given a second opportunity by Brent Venables to rejoin the roster. It makes a lot of sense that you throw that guy a bone because he's sort of the model of what you want someone who leaves and comes back to look like who understands what football could give him. That's a Brent Venables kind of move. The one that, I mean, it's interesting. Go check out the O-line pod. The only guy who started all 13 games for the offensive line last season, McCade Matower, is a captain week 1 and probably took on some sort of leadership role over the offseason to cement that. There's 5 dudes on the offensive line that you could have picked that job for, and that's an interesting choice for me. The other 3 all make sense. They're guys.
Yeah,
totally.
Yep, agree with the other 3.
Let us know down below in the comments what you think of the captains this year. Your thoughts for the captains for the first game, not this year, because as we just mentioned, they're going to change every single week because that's what we do. Okay, depth chart for Arkansas State. They released it on Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday was the day that they released that. We don't need to go through every single position. I think a lot of these we kind of yeah, we do. Okay.
Mark is like, yes,
sure.
I need to go through every single line.
So I'll just I'll rattle off
It's okay.
I mean, it's fine. We can go one at a time.
I think we should just all point something out that's kind of cool or interesting.
So Andrew Anthony as a starting wide receiver is something that I texted you guys about. I was super happy about.
Mason has a vested interest in that one.
I do. Hey, there's no shame in that game. What? Yeah, I have Andrew Anthony. Andrew Anthony's the guy that sticks out to me. Anybody else? Marcus Major listed as a starting running back is just not real. I don't know.
That is it's Marcus and Tawi, which that is crazy to me. Those 2. And because those were not the 2 that I was expecting to start the year.
Yeah.
So that was a little shocking.
It's not mind games. I know the coaching staff's not trying to do mind games, but it kind of is at the same time. Because they're looking at Gavin and Javonte, and they're like, if you want it, go take it. Prove it on the field during the regular season, not just the offseason, not just the Cheez-It Bowl.
That's a great point because we know full well they're going to get their opportunities. I think that's a really good point, Pat.
Yeah.
I also think a lot of them are sorry, Mark, go ahead.
No, you go.
I just think I think Mark made this point earlier around the Justin Harrington thing. I think a lot of these could shift very, very quickly after the first game, after we're not playing Arkansas State.
Sure.
Marcus Major, redshirt senior, Tawi's a junior. You're talking about Javonte and Gavin being younger, underclassmen. That's the case in a lot of these situations, not all of them, but a lot of them. And I'm interested to see how that impacts further games, because eventually we have to put the best in, whoever that is, no matter if they're younger or if they're older.
Mark, hop in there.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of, like Ryan said when he was referencing my great point earlier, I think it's a lot of deference to veterans, deference to guys who have stuck around and put the work in. You look at the depth chart and I count 1 backup who is a freshman. Oh, no, Josiah Wagner is the second. So it's Caden Green, Josiah Wagner, and Peyton Bowen's 3. Sorry, someone check me on that if you'd like to. I guess Kip Lewis is 4. Dang. But no starters. A lot of deference to the seniors at those positions. And I promise you, if something happened to Danny Stutzman, Kip Lewis is not actually who's going first there. To that point, the depth chart's going to change. But this is the same thing as giving Justin Harrington a bone week 1. We know we can throw these guys out there. We know we can trust these guys to run the plays. And then we'll switch out for Javonte and Gavin soon after. For example.
Matt?
What great points, Mark. I don't even know how to follow up on that. Gosh, you're so handsome. The position group that I'm focused on is BV's bread and butter. And he's talked a lot about this in the recent media conferences that he's had, is the linebacker group. I think it stood out to me that Jared Kanak is getting the start at Mike linebacker. I think that's huge.
Is it a bit?
Kanak, yeah, I know.
Is this
no, you said Jared.
Karen?
The linebackers is a really interesting group to me because we obviously know Danny's going to get the start, but this linebacker group has probably got the most talent it's had in a long time because you got Connor Neer transfer coming in, Kobe McKenzie, Kip Lewis, Lewis Carter, who have all had really good off seasons with Smitty and put on some good weight as well. So this position group I know will change. I think Danny's definitely going to be the anchor there, but who's going to play the Cheetah? Who's going to play the Mike? That's going to be a really interesting group to see how it all plays out. Looks like Jaron's going to get the start for Arkansas State. Can he keep it there? But BB did mention there's probably going to be quite a bit of rotation in the linebacker group because there's so much talent and what he calls competitive depth, which is going to be my word for the season.
It's really young too. Young position. Yep. As you're like going through this, you're like, okay, sophomore, freshman, sophomore. There's like a couple upperclassmen in there, but not that.
Time to step up.
100%. Time to step up. Anybody else on the depth chart? Anything stick out to you, Mark?
Absolutely. If we're just free reign going for it, let's
Why not?
go for it. Something interesting to me. Look at the tight end spot, man. Where are our sophomores? Where are they? Where'd they go? I missed them so. Feels like it's been forever since they've been gone.
Yeah.
And I can't find them. They're not here. For that matter, where is Texas transfer Brendan Thompson? He's not listed.
Wow, he's not.
He's not on the depth chart, and he was tweeting something today about it. So you love wide receiver Twitter. That's a lot of fun. I like that Caden Green has stolen the backup left tackle spot. You guys know I'm a big fan of Caden Green, just big fan. I love that between the two positions at defensive tackle, we have 8 guys listed. That's depth. Like if you go back and look at Oklahoma depth charts in years past, that's depth like we don't have. We're prioritizing that spot. It's not just the David Stone coming up. It's what they've done right now. Corner is going to be fun throughout the year.
I was just looking at that.
Young players.
I was just
looking
at
a lot of talented young players at corner. Mason, what do you think? Who do you think? Like if you could, all right. So Gentry Williams is starting, right?
Yeah, 100%. But
let's say him and Woody rotate out at some point. Who do you want to come in and see just own it?
Man, I'm just really excited about Josiah Wagner. I just really want to see what happens. Josiah Wagner's a name that pops up to me. And then Makari Vickers, obviously. If you're going to throw a freshman in there, why not? Why not throw Makari out there? Seatbelt, baby. Let's see what happens. I'm ready for the ride. Strap in. Buckle in. That corner's exciting because you're right. We know who one of them's going to be. Woody's had a lot of opportunities, man. And if he comes out there and starts to look shaky, I don't know how much.
I really hope not. But...
I know. I don't hope. I mean, yeah. You want everybody to play. You want everybody to play well all the time, right? Yeah. But if he starts to look shaky, I got a feeling they got a lot of dudes in that room and not a long leash for any of them. That's just my feel.
Yeah, a lot of young guys. You can't just like rip them off the field. You gotta massage those egos a little bit. I also the one that you didn't mention is Jacoby Johnson.
Yeah,
he's a freak athlete. I can't wait to see him on the field in some kind of regard at corner.
Yep.
That's all I got. I do want to something Brent Venables had to answer questions about was should Billy Bowman be the kick returner? Mm-hmm. Like should you be risking him a key defensive player as your return man? I wanted to ask you guys that same question. Matt Gann, do you think it's wise? Would you use Billy Bowman as your kick return? Just put yourself in Brent Venables' shoes. Is he an option?
Yeah, Mark, this is actually where I was going to go to because I know he got several questions. and you're just that much better than me. So I think BB answered that because of all the one-score games, why wouldn't they put their best player in that position to do so? And I agree with him. So I know the depth chart right now, it's got Billy Bowman, behind him Jaleel, and then behind him is freshman Peyton Bowen. So if these guys have the best hands on the team and have obviously proven in spring camp that they can make plays, I don't know why you wouldn't put your best player back there. Injuries are going to happen, but you got to put your best players in the best positions to win a football game. And if he thinks they're the best players for that, because you got Gavin Freeman punt returning, I say why not?
Brooklyn T, what do you think?
Are we the same question, or am I just
same question
going over something else?
What would you do with Billy Bowman?
For the first game, I wouldn't put him in because I don't want him hurt. I don't want him hurt.
Money don't make money.
No, that's not it. I think if you have the oars next to this, which means they feel about the same way on Bowman, Farouk, and Bowen, put Bowen in there. Let's see what shakes. If he's not going to get the start on the defensive side, let's give him the start on this. And let's go with that. That's my thought. If he is indeed the best, and he is the best on both sides of the ball with kick return and defense, at least, save him for the defense, in my opinion. That is just first game jitters that I do not want one of our best players hurt for the rest of the season.
Well, Matt Gans, scared money don't make money. Mason, what would you do?
So the scared money don't make money. You're right, but you're going to make all of your money in 2 quarters in this game. So you don't really need him in right now. I get you want to get guys reps and you want to give them a chance to catch a ball in live action, but I don't know. I think he's too valuable to the team to return kicks. I genuinely do. You're spouting off how important Gavin Freeman is and how great Gavin Freeman is. Give the dude all the opportunities you want. Do that. They tell us how great Gavin is. So let him do that, because your team's not dead in the water if he's gone or if he's injured. You know what I mean?
Patrick, push it.
I don't think the reward is there, the risk reward, when you have these other 2 guys that can do it as well. However, I do think that we have great competitive depth in the safety position, more than we did last year. So I'm okay with it. If he's rolling out there, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Well, the depth that's behind him is one of the other guys that's rolling out there. Just gonna say that.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with what Ryan said and Mason said and Patrick said, and not with what Matt said. The idea that we would send out our butt kiss award candidates to return kicks.
I can't do it.
Put Gavin Freeman out there.
Yeah.
He's a backup wide receiver. That's what those guys are there for.
Yes.
No way. Yes. Jose. Can't do it. Can't do it. Matt, silly.
Okay, so
on one sec, Mace. I have another question. Are we concerned that we have 3 punters and we don't really know?
I defer any punter insight to Patrick. I defer any to Patrick.
I don't know anything about the punter situation.
These guys
and
right now.
No, I know them all very well in depth. I'll have you know.
Good.
But
why? Okay, so then why do we
give them all a chance?
Why do we got oars going on? Because our kicking,
it's a room we continue to stack. It's just a room we continue to stack.
We got a lot of oars going on, which makes me think they don't know. You just stack the room.
I think it's going to be Luke Elzinga. He showed up on some kind of watch list, and the other guys didn't.
Okay. There you go.
That's all you need to know.
Then why is he second on the oars? Doesn't matter which way it goes if there's oars.
Dude, the oar is obviously in age descending number order. You go age and then no.
Who the heck knows? Who the heck knows?
I'm just kidding.
Let us know down below in the comments what you think of the depth chart for Arkansas State.
Especially the punters.
For the first game of the year.
There's a lot of question around the punting team.
We read every single one of your comments, so please comment down below. Helps us out more than you know. Okay, postseason.
Guys, real fast. I pulled up the Arkansas State. I believe it's a depth chart. No, it's not a depth chart. They're all in numbers order. Never mind. It's in their media guide. I was hoping to talk about number 1 at quarterback was a freshman, and I was psyched. So go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, Mason, can we
Hold
all
on,
say
what-
what? Yeah,
Yeah, you guys go ahead. Go ahead real quick.
Yeah, let's all talk about the one thing we really want to see out of Oklahoma in this game. It can be offensive or defensive. Gan, do you want to
Want
start?
to see or like it's a prediction to see?
No, you want to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's like a want, a desire.
A desire. Gan?
Filled with it.
So Oklahoma is favored by 35 points. The over-under is 61.5 points. I want to
Jesus.
see this team get out there and dominate early and often. And that's going to start with the running game and the offensive line, getting on top of these guys, providing holes for Tyree, Marcus Major, Devontae, whoever's going to be getting the most carries out of the running back group. But really, who's going to solidify them? I want to see the run game and score a lot of points early and often so we can start getting some other guys some reps in this game.
Love it. I'll go next. JT Shrout at Colorado last year. He's probably going to start against us, just so you guys know.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Who?
What position does this person play?
He's the quarterback for Arkansas State.
He's actually
Yeah.
he's actually from Tennessee.
He went from Tennessee to Colorado. At
Right.
Colorado, he did last year.
This
at
is why
Colorado.
you know who
That's
this
why
is.
Patrick's
Okay,
No, it's
all right.
because I know
You
Arkansas
started with
State like the
Colorado,
back
and I
of
was
my
like,
Look, this
hand.
is good. He did research.
I know Arkansas State like the back of my hand, guys.
All right.
JT
Who's
Stroud,
the head coach?
Butch Jones.
Good stuff.
I mean, come on.
This
We're
guy
talking.
knows.
This is the pregame preview, guys.
the pod.
the
JT
mascot?
Stroud at Colorado was not able to complete more than 52% of his passes. He did not have a game where he rushed more than 9 yards.
Ooh, that's tough.
Arkansas State's not better than Colorado. We should be holding him to less than 50% as well, and less than 10 yards as well.
That's the starter.
Yeah.
All right. So I thought that we were going to get from Matt Gann when he said like the spread and all that stuff. I was so excited. I thought he was going to say something like, I need more than anything in the world for the Sooners to cover and the over to hit at the same time.
I
Like
thought he was
something
gonna
like
do
that.
too.
I mean, I think we would love to see that for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I mean those. I want. That's just fun in all ways. I want to see freshmen. I understand that this is a good game to let your older guys just kind of get their snaps, play some guys, but at the same time, it's a good game to not waste a Walter Rouse snap. It's a good game to not waste a Rondell Bothroyd snap when you get into later game situations. It's a good game to see what you have with Peyton Bowen in some spots. He's not a freshman, but it's a good game to move Desan McCullough around the field and see what he is able to do. I really like the idea that hopefully we're able to take a lead on the can't run for 10 yards quarterback and build it, sustain it, hold it, and see what some of these young players can do. I'd love to see PJ Adebawore and R. Mason Thomas on opposite sides of the defensive line wreaking havoc together. That just sounds awesome to me. So some of these young bloods getting the chance to come in, that's number one for me. I think Ryan is last. Yeah, before Mason gets back here.
Yeah, I all great ones from you guys. All great ones. Mine is kind of similar to
Thanks.
Patrick's, but very, very like specific. I want to see pressure on the quarterback. It's kind of hard to say like what we want to see for Arkansas State because, Arkansas State's not going to be like, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but the spread is 35, right? So, I want us to be able to show things that we could not do last year. And like that we actually have seen improvement in all of this defense that has been talked about all offseason, and we can actually see it on the field. Like, I want to see that with my own two eyes. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for pressure. I'm going to be looking for holes being filled. I'm going to be looking for aggression and things along those lines that we just didn't have last year. So that's what I'm going to be looking for.
Mason, what's the main thing you want to see Oklahoma do against Arkansas State?
I want to see us run the ball for like 300 yards. I want to see them feed the rock to anyone that can carry it. And I just want to see our offensive line go out there and punch somebody in the mouth. I want to see the backs tote the rock, run the ball for like 300 yards. I don't care who it is. It can be Marcus Major, Tolly Walker, Gavin Sawchuk, Javonte Barnes. I don't really care. Just anyone. I want to see this team come out with physicality and aggression on both sides of the ball. We know what we have in Dylan Gabriel, right? We can debate it all day, night long. He's a quality quarterback. He's not going to carry you over the moon and be the best thing in the world. So why not see what you have in the backfield, see what you have on the offensive line, and see if you can play some, sorry folks, SEC style football and hit somebody in the damn mouth. Let's go out there and let's start that way.
Mason, that was fantastic. No one has brought that up yet. That was a great point.
I'm sure everybody has. So if you're watching on YouTube, I just got back from an emergency, but I'm back now. So
did y'all see that Notre Dame podcaster who had an emergency and had to leave?
That was rough.
Happens to the best of us.
That was
Mason
not me.
Was the exact same.
It was.
It got views. It got views. That's all that matters.
Mason's a big poop guy.
Oh no, I was saying you had a cramp.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, okay.
I said it.
Yeah. Okay. Have you guys done our predictions, like where we got through and stuff?
Heck no, baby.
No, we're waiting for you.
Actually, we weren't. We were filling the time like we've been doing this for a season already.
Good. Okay.
We were doing it quite well, I would say.
I think you guys were. All right. So at the end of the 2022 season, Patrick, remind me how we did this. Patrick's podcast historian, so he knows.
Pat, take this over.
Just do it. Absolutely. At the end of last year, we all sat down together and we made predictions as to how OU's record will be in the 2023 season. Mason said OU's going 10-2. I said OU's going 8-4. Gan said over under 9.5 because he had to be different. Mark said OU's going 10-2. And Ryan said OU's going 9-3. After the spring game.
Now, hold on. Yeah, should we comment on those right now or should we wait? I think we should go ahead and comment on it.
No, Matt needs to
freaking pick something.
Matt needs to
pick a number for sure.
Well, he will.
Yeah, here in just a little bit.
Go ahead.
Patrick, go to the next section. Yep.
What in the world?
Well, the next section, Mark, the reason why we shouldn't really comment on this section is because the next section is very similar. Mason again said 10-2. I said again 8-4. Gan said over and under 9.5.
We need context.
These are just
here,
the
Patrick.
same.
Patrick, we need context.
Yeah, I know. We took
a second prediction
the
spring game.
After the spring game, we took a second prediction. Those predictions were all the same. So we didn't change anything after the spring game. We also made bold predictions outside of the record. My bold prediction was you will see 5 freshmen start by the end of this season.
That was good.
Gan said OU will lead in all defensive categories. Ryan said Dylan Gabriel will get benched for Jackson Arnold. Mark said Dasan will be the Big 12 newcomer of the year. And we couldn't find Mason's.
I was there. I was there.
We just didn't write it down.
I drank and slept since then, so I can't remember it.
If the historian cannot find it, it does not exist. Sorry, Mason.
You know what my bold prediction is that we all have a great season and we all have a lot of fun together. That's my bold prediction.
Nope, can't accept that. We're gonna need something. We're gonna need something a little more tangible.
A little more tangible. All right. Let me.
Are we doing records again and bold predictions?
We're doing both again.
Yeah. So hold on. Matt's gonna pick a number finally. Matt's going to pick a
No,
number.
well, we should finish with Matt so that he can really marinate on it. I think. Ryan, you said you want to talk about your record prediction, so I think
Yes.
you should start.
Yeah. Okay. So bold prediction wise, so I'm changing my record. My record post 2022 was 9-3. My prediction, and then after spring game, I kept it at 9-3. I wasn't super impressed. I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid a little bit. And yeah, no, I know it's happening. It always happens every year. It happens every year. I do this to myself.
3 days kick, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm gonna go 10-2. I'm gonna go 10-2 because I looked at the schedule and I just can't find the third game.
Give me your two. Give me your two.
I think it is Texas and I think it's at BYU.
Okay.
I think those are the two that we lose. I do not think TCU is going to beat us at home. And I think that was my third one.
I don't either.
I thought that. I don't think that's going to happen. Those are my two, and I just can't find another one that I'm like, I don't know. Obviously, I could be very wrong, but I'm going to go 10-2 with my prediction. My preseason 2023 prediction is 10-2. My two losses are Texas and at BYU. And then Patrick, we're also just doing like bold predictions for the season, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm actually going to bring mine back from last season and tell me, guys, if I can't do this, because that's fine.
I kind of like
last season I said, and I was very wrong last season. I said we were going to get 50 sacks. I was very wrong. I think we'll do it this year. I think we'll do it this year. So I want to bring it back.
Did you do the math? Where did we end?
I think we ended at like 36
or
35 or somewhere around that number. We were doing really well the first four games of the season. Like we were like on track and then we fell off. You know, everyone knows what happened after that. So that's going to be my prediction for this year. I think our defense has improved. I think we're going to get more pressure on the quarterback, all quarterbacks. And I think our schedule's decently easy. Knock on wood. But I think this could be the year that we get that 50 mark. So that's gonna be mine.
Love it. Mark?
I'm changing my prediction too.
Okay.
Oh wow. From 10-2.
From 10-2, he's changing it.
Oh.
It's going
make
up.
Me feel good.
it's
no, I don't know.
He's looking at the
going
schedule.
Down? No, the schedule. No, if he can find a third one, I want to know what it is.
Yeah, same.
We're going 11-1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're starting to drink the Kool-Aid.
What are you
baby.
talking about? BYU, Brigham Young University.
I think that altitude might get us, man.
Brent Venables beats the altitude. Jerry Schmidt. You kidding me? You kidding me? These kids are built for it. I won't even go there. 11-1. I think we probably lose to Texas. That's a lot of talent coming at us, and it's early in the season, so it's reasonable to think that at that point they haven't stumbled quite like we know they will just yet. 11-1 is my record prediction on that. My other prediction, my bold prediction, I'm going bold here. Peyton Bowen leads the team in turnovers.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
It's hot.
That's a good one.
It's hot. I like it.
Bang.
I like it.
Bang. Freshman. He's probably freshman of the year in the Big 12, but let's just play with the turnover thing. That's a lot of fun to track.
Yeah, 100%. So my record's going to stay at 10-2. I'm going to stay at 10-2 there.
What are the losses? What are the losses?
We got to do it. We're doing it now.
I think it's Texas, and I think you look. I'm scared to play in Stillwater at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's the last one. It's their GD Super Bowl, man. Like they're going to throw everything they possibly can at winning that game. Everything. That one doesn't make me feel good. Yeah.
Counter.
Counter.
How much is an Oklahoma State everything worth?
This
Or is
year-
it worth like
this
a,
year-
is it worth like a quarter?
I don't. I
Because
just don't think.
last season we went up 4 tutties on them, quick, and
You're right.
did our best to hand it right back to them.
Yes.
Absolutely,
We sure did.
But we grabbed a victory from the claws of defeat and had a wonderful night for the last Bedlam in Norman. So I don't know. I don't see.
No, I think we crushed their dreams. 100%.
I hope so. My bold prediction is the linebacker that we're talking about at the end of the season as the best linebacker on the roster is not Danny Stutzman, but Jaren Kanak. Jaren Kanak.
That's a fun one.
Yeah,
the Danny hate continues.
dude. I know.
Yeah, right?
I knew when I said it that I was going to get what I deserve, but I'm a big Jaren Kanak believer, more so a Jaren Kanak believer than a Danny Stutzman hater. I think Jaren has a ton to offer. And at that Mike position, if he can fly around and be athletic like Danny is at outside, he can plug up some holes in the middle and be a run stopper like real quick. And he's athletic enough to cover well in the pass game and fly around, maybe get a couple picks as well. I like Jaren a lot.
We all loved Jaren last year. I mean, it would make a lot of sense if we had a great year out of him.
Then now he has like a samurai sword and the red hair. And
I mean, yeah, it also makes a lot of sense.
Dude, the Brent Venables quote at his coach's show with Toby and Teddy at Rudy's that they do every week, where he just roasted Jaren and Danny, basically saying like they need some other friends. Like that's amazing.
That was
That's
said he had a social life in college and didn't need to do that.
Literally perfect. They drug
So
poor Phil Picciotti along for the ride. Poor Phil.
Dude, that kid. Look, listen to the linebacker preview for more on Phil Picciotti. But that kid definitely didn't sign up for this. He just didn't. Look at the linebacker room and tell me who Phil Picciotti's just gravitating towards, and then what he gets signed up for. Unbelievably poor stuff for our guy Phil Picciotti.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go to Oklahoma, and Danny's like, you're gonna hold this camera, and it's just like, what?
tough look.
It's
for old Phil.
All right, Matt, what do you got?
I'll let Patrick go first, and I'll round us out.
One thing.
Yeah.
Also, I think what it was said that Brent Venables would grow a beard if we win the national championship. That's correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he wouldn't dye his hair.
Right. If they're talking about national championships, should we be evaluating them like national championship caliber players? Because this could get to be a very angry podcast very quickly if that's the case.
No,
everyone says that.
Yes, if you want to talk about
everyone
Natty,
says that. Everyone
Natty
says that.
Hey,
you don't go in and you're like, oh no, we don't have a chance to win this Natty. But I hope we all go out and play well. Like that's not what you do.
Yeah. Anyway, so my predictions after the post-season in the spring were 8-4 both times. I've been watching a lot of fall camp clips. Guys. I'm so changing my season record prediction.
Give it to us, baby.
To 10-2.
Oh, hell
yeah.
Boy.
10-2.
What are the losses,
to the light.
Pat?
I think we beat Texas.
So where are the other two losses?
I think we beat Texas because Texas has beat us when we're very favored to win the game. I think we turned the tide this year and we beat them.
Randomness.
Okay.
I think we get punched in the mouth by Cincinnati. I think the first 3 games go really, really well, and we get a tough game against Cincinnati away. I don't know why. I just have a weird feeling about that.
If it was a night game, I'd feel different.
I'm afraid of Oklahoma State and BYU. I'm afraid of those 2 games as well. So I think we just drop one of those, but I think we beat Texas. My bold prediction is Gavin Sawchuk will have more total yards than any other running back this season. Total yards in the air and on the ground.
That's fun.
I like that a lot. That's a fun little pick there.
Just
Mason,
me,
Patrick,
I guess.
go type yours.
Do me? What?
Go type yours in our.
Oh yeah,
outline
okay,
process.
yeah.
Matt Gann.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Matt
No
Gann.
worries at all.
Finish us off, King.
You got to save the best for last, right? I mean, that's how it always comes down to in these.
Maybe.
I've mentioned 9.5 is the number because I think that's what Vegas is betting on is over under 9. I'm actually leaning towards 9 or even 8-4. I'll say confidence level. I'm going to go ahead and put the least optimistic. I'm going to say 9-3. I'm going to go under my total. And I could even be pushing 8-4 because I think there are about 4 to 5 games on the schedule that I am worried about. I am worried about that Big 12 opener at Cincinnati. I am worried about Texas, obviously, Oklahoma State, and then really the back-to-back games, BYU, probably going to be Saturday night in Provo, short week, heading to Black Friday, playing TCU at 11 o'clock. I think those are all losable games.
Awesome.
And there's always one home game that OU lets up. Like it's a Kansas State comes in or it's a Kansas, whoever it is.
Iowa State.
And there's a big upset that usually we give up at home. So I don't think OU has too much of a home field advantage. I think UCF could be a potential upset with a returning senior quarterback and good head coach. So I think there's 4 or 5 games that OU could easily lose if they're not playing up to the standards, or they got to be playing way above board than last year. But 4 or 5 games that we could potentially lose. So I'm going to be less optimistic.
What's your bold
and my bold prediction is going to stick. I'm going to go wide receiver. I'm going to go with Jalil Farouk. And just give you some reference, Marvin Mims last year had 54 catches, 1,083 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Jalil has to be the guy. So I'm going to go 60-plus catches, 1,200 yards, and 10-plus touchdowns. If OU is going to
very
be
specific, I like it.
The 10 is the number that
Breakout.
sticks out to me. Sorry, Matt.
10, yeah, I had to be bold because the highest last year was Braden Willis at 7. Jalil had 5 and Marvin had 6. So that's why I have to be bold. But Jalil is a clear-cut number 1 guy. Hopefully somebody else like Andrew Anthony or even Nick Anderson, Jaden Gibson steps up. But Jalil has to be the number 1 guy. So I'm expecting a huge monster season out of him. So those my prediction: 60 catches, 1,200 yards, 10-plus touchdowns.
Makes me sad that Jaden Gibson's so low on the depth chart. I really had high hopes for him. I really wish that guy would pan out, but looks like the team doesn't have faith in him. Let us know your bold predictions down below in the comments. Mark, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. It's early. It's early for our guy Jaden Gibson. That's all.
Yep. You're not wrong. Okay. First touchdown prediction. I cannot speak. I'm so excited about football. Folks, we did this last year. Patrick Hertzberger on the nose for what it was last year. Patrick predicted a running touchdown from Dylan Gabriel as the first touchdown of the season. And he was correct. He posted on TikTok a video recapping his picks. So check that out on TikTok if you get the opportunity. So this year, who scores the first touchdown?
I'll go first.
Yeah,
I
was about to start with you.
I might as well. I went last. Got to go first. I think it's going to be a welcome back first touchdown, receiving touchdown across the middle to our boy, tight end, Austin Sogner. I think he's going to get the first touchdown coming back. It's probably going to be a pretty run-heavy game, but I think those first drive that we get close, I think it's going to be Austin Sogner over the middle, sketching his first touchdown back as a Sooner in crimson and cream. Give me Austin Sogner.
Ryan.
I think it's going to be Marcus Major because I think it's going to be a run-heavy game, like everyone has kind of been predicting. And if they are talking about Tawi and Marcus being at the front of the depth chart, I can see it either him breaking one or us being just like right there on the goal line and him pushing in. So I'm going to go Marcus Major.
11-yard touchdown run for Marcus Major off the right side. That's my prediction.
I've got a 5-yard pass or so to Tawi Walker to run it in after the pass. I would have said it's Gavin if Gavin was the number 2 guy on the depth chart.
Jalil Farouk catches a touchdown pass.
Be more
Everybody got
specific. Be more.
everybody
Be
got
more.
so specific there.
Yeah, Mark, give us something.
Yeah,
Give us
I
something.
don't know
Bold.
where that like really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just
Who's gonna
I
get
just
the
wanted to,
touchdown?
I wanted to have a
So
little
I'm sort
fun.
I'm sort of envisioning a red zone situation where you bring the big guys out there and the tall guys out there. They're gonna worry the defense, and then Jalil's just open running a slant or something underneath. So there you go. If you want me to be specific, I can.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
I
No,
appreciate
we
it.
appreciate it.
All right, boys. Final score prediction for the Arkansas State game before we get to some
God.
circle the wagons. Okay.
Goodness.
Final score prediction. Patrick, start with you, man.
62-10.
62-10, Patrick says. Okay. 62-10. OU covers, according to Patrick. Matt Gann.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. They're going to cover. They're going to hit the over as well, which I think you weren't here. It's 61.5 right now. Probably
Okay.
move a little bit, but I'm going to go a 55 burger to 17. 55-17. That's my score prediction.
Love it. Mark.
45-6.
45-6. Okay. What you got, Ryan?
I'm doing math in my head. Hold on.
59-14 is what I got. 59-14.
Similar to mine, Mason.
Very, very, Patrick.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's kind of where I was going. I think 48-14.
Okay.
Cool.
That's fair enough. I think OU's going to call off the dogs, and the dogs are still going to be barking. You know what I mean? So I think the guys who get backup opportunities are going to be hungry and wanting to prove something, and they're going to play their rears off and try to show coaches like, hey, when Big 12 play rolls around, I'm a guy you can rely on. So I think the starters will be pulled when OU's in the 40s or so in the second half. And then I think you probably get 2-3 touchdowns from the reserves. That's where I'm at with that. Cool.
I think the defense is going to be very good.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I just
Guys.
feel like there's going to be a trash can score at the very end.
I know.
Like there always is.
Yep. I think you're probably right. Okay, circle the wagons time. Matt Gann, you want to circle some wagons for the people?
I'm just going to circle real quick, just a couple of programs. But before I talk about the two programs I want to get into, OU Athletics, now sponsored by Coop Ale Works for the official beer for all OU sporting events.
No
They
free
call
ads.
it
What are we doing?
the Sooner Schooner, which will be available. And I hope to see all of you guys who are going to this game, since it will be 110 plus degrees, chugging down some Sooner Schooners for all those touchdowns that we're going to have. So great partnership, as you can find that in all OU sporting events across the season.
Great.
2 program updates. Women's soccer, current
not brought
record
by that
3-1. Thank you so much, Mark. Women's soccer 3-1 is their current rank.
Ridiculous.
Recently had a letdown to Sanford, got ditched 4-0. Not a very good game, but they will play Gonzaga in a rebound game this Thursday. So if you're listening to it, they are playing tonight. Women's volleyball starting off pretty strong as well. They played in the Ball State Invitational against Gonzaga, Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Ball State, winning those 3 games, pull out the brooms, 3-0, 3-1, and 3-1 as well. They'll compete in the A6 Invitational in Oregon against Oregon State and Boise State. A lot of other programs will be starting here in the next few weeks as well with football. So keep updated with Circle the Wagons. I'll give you more up to date later on in the season. That's it for me.
Perfect. Love it so much. Also, I can't believe I haven't mentioned it yet. And if we aren't going to mention it, we can cut this out of the pod. T-shirts. Folks, we got some merch.
We do.
We got merch that you can find at the Fan Stop. I'm going to link it down below in the YouTube description. It'll be in the Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts description as well. We may even put it at the end of some articles on programguys.com. So you can find that. Okay. We got a pre-order link. The pre-order link shuts down September 21st. Is that correct?
Yep.
September 21st is when the link shuts down. Okay. Our good friends at the Fan Stop. So go check out those shirts. We have different colors. It's a simple shirt. On the back, it says "Nobody's bigger than the program." Got our logo on it. And then on the front, got a little logo on the chest. You can check those out. We have ladies shirts as well as like the normal men's boxier shirts, so you can check those out. Trevor Morse did a great job designing those for us, and the fan stop.
Yeah, he did.
Super great of helping us out getting those online. Anything to add, boys, about those?
Mason, did you mention that every shirt, every size is $22.95, and that includes shipping?
That's every single shirt, guys. $22.95, and that includes shipping, as Mark said. We're giving you a deal here. Rep the program, help us out, help the fan stop out. It's great. And then you can.
There's 6 shirts.
Yeah, there's 6 shirts.
And there's 6 shirts.
Yeah, you can rep
Really
them on
cool.
game day. There's a cream color that's
It's
fire.
beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
fine.
We're gonna sweat so hard in it.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's a red and there's a gray, dark gray.
2 different grays.
2 different
Yeah,
grays.
2 different grays. Thank you.
Yeah.
2 different grays. So check those out. And they will be. The link closes September 21st. We'll remind you guys tons. You can check out our social media. It's all there, and you can find those as well. I may even put a little picture up right now so you can see what they look like. I don't know. We'll see how crafty I get with my editing skills. Okay. Also, programguys.com. That's where you're going to find Ryan's must watch. Ryan, right? We're moving must watch to programguys.com.
Yeah, we're not doing
said?
it. We're not doing it on the pod. We're not doing it on the pod during the season because we got a lot of other stuff to talk about. But I'm still reviewing movies, guys. Go check it out.
They're great.
Oppenheimer's up there. Barbie's up there. I did a throwback review. That's going to be something we start doing with, and I'm going to do it with the guys too. So, if somebody has an interesting movie they want to watch and we can like review it together and talk about it a little bit, we're going to try that. We're going to try a lot of different stuff. So check it out on the .com, and yeah, that's the pitch there. Most of it's going to be in writing now.
Go to the .com, guys. Help us convince Patrick it was a wise investment.
Yeah.
Yes. Help us convince him, man.
I was for it.
No, I know.
I know you were. It's just
hey, wait for my articles, baby.
We're waiting, man. We're waiting.
Crazy thing, I had them.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Crazy.
Amazing.
We need your soccer insight. That's what we need.
Oh yeah.
All right. So are we ready for some PGP MVP of the week?
Let's
Do it.
We're
That's
ready.
right.
We're ready to do it. All right, Patrick, I'll start with you, man.
Us. 500 downloads in the last week.
I love it.
Love it.
Thousands of views, thousands of clips. We're killing it. We're pushing it, baby. Us.
Can I follow
love
mine
that.
up?
Yes.
Can I follow his up with mine?
Yeah.
He said us. I say our listeners because they're the ones who are downloading.
Well, I'm an asshole.
No, Patrick, I love you so much for giving us.
Yeah,
your
you're great.
MVP. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Our listeners for and also like listeners and you guys. I'm copying Patrick as well. You guys for putting like so much work into this and like getting ready for the season. And I think all of this is coming together really, really great. And I'm really excited to be here. And I love chatting with you guys every week. So just have a lot of gratitude in my heart and appreciate you guys a lot and all the people who are listening to this.
Folks, if you're listening to this right now, I promise you will not be disappointed in the coverage you're going to get of OU football and college football as a whole this season. Check us out everywhere we're going. Okay. You can find us very easily. And if you see us out at games, let us know. Say, hey, say what's up. I had a lot of people stop me not a lot. That's a lie. I had like 5. I had like 5 people. I had like 5 people last year stop me, say hello, say they're a fan of the show. Do that. We love hearing that, man.
Hey, seriously, come to Logies before the game.
The program.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Say what's up to the program. We appreciate it more than you know. Okay, Matt Gann, who's your MVP?
Not an MVP. I got an LVP, which I know, Mason, you'll be really happy about this, but I'm going to give it to the 49ers for the worst draft in NFL history as they trade away Trey Lance to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th rounder. They gave up 3 first-round picks for a guy that played 300 snaps, 4 starts, just for a whopping $27 million. Worst trade in NFL history, even though the Niners have won multiple NFC championships and have been to multiple Super Bowls, which is incredible with their QB regiment that they've had. But this will still go down as probably one of the worst trades in NFL history. My LVP, the Niners.
Really hysterical. The Dolphins turned that trade into Jalen Ramsey, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. Literally hysterical. So funny. So funny. Hate to see it. Hate to see it for the 49ers. Also the 49, also the people saying that Trey Lance is already going to beat out Dak Prescott for the starting job. Well, he couldn't beat Brock Purdy. What are we doing?
And Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, who got announced as a second string QB.
What makes you think that?
And just real quick, who would have San Francisco could have picked? Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, Devontae Smith, Justin Fields, and Micah Parsons. And
that's
Rashawn
rough.
Slater. All these guys, 11 picks after him. That's tough for a stacked class, a class that has multiple Pro Bowls already. So that's tough.
That's rough. All right. Mark, who's your MVP, man?
Yeah, my MVP, I'm going to be somewhat of a sellout. I'm going to go with our partners at Hype Shoes and the Fan Stop. We are so excited to be working with them again for this upcoming football season. If you noticed, though, there's some real estate space. If you're interested in partnering with the Fan Stop or with the program guys for any piece of future podcast, please reach out, man. Our DMs are open, and you can always reach us at theprogramguys@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
100%. My MVP of the week is really just football, man. It's football. We wait all this time to get to this point. And like I said, 247 days since the last time we saw a competitive football game. Whether you realize it or not, the majority of our year is without college football. The vast majority of our year is without college football. So to have this with us now, just don't take these next 14 weeks for granted. Enjoy the time with your guys like we do. Enjoy the time with your family, have that cookout, have those friends over to watch OUTCU, have those friends over to watch the last Bedlam game, because football is so great. There's something so powerful about loving something so much that you have no control over. And I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say it. Anything that we do doesn't matter in the long term for OU football. Respectfully, right? It doesn't matter. But we love the program so much, and it means so much because of that reason. We can't do anything to change the outcome on the field, but we can scream our heads off and think we do. Football, my MVP of the week.
Amazing. That was beautiful, and also 2 minutes longer than the vows at your wedding. So
yeah. Oh man, that's a roast.
I'm not gonna clip that.
Oh no, you can clip that. Katie might like that. Katie might think that's funny. Okay. Let us know down below in the comments who's your MVP of the week. And just like that, episode number 86 is in the books. Game kicks off 11 a.m. on Saturday. We will see you after the game. You can follow us on Twitter at Program Guys with a Z, our Instagram Program Guys with a Z, our Facebook page Program Guys Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok at Program Guy, or on TikTok at Program Guys. Our website programguys.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Get our shirt. Link closes September 21st. Programguys.com, programguys.com, programguys.com. Check that out. We will see you on Saturday night or Sunday morning for the post-game show. Can't wait. It's going to be an arse-kicking. Patrick, take us out.
Keep pushing it, baby.
3, 2, 1.